Welcome to Red V TV, supported by Chapel House Cars for the 2024 season. And we continue our build-up to the new campaign that gets underway Friday next week. With 10 days to go, Kevin, it can only mean one thing.
It's our number 10, and it's Matty Lees. And Matty is sponsored by LWC.
LWC Drinks sponsoring their second Saints player in the squad. And as the UK's largest independent drinks wholesaler, you can discover how LWC can make a difference for you today at lwc-drinks.co.uk.
Excellent. Professional.
Very professional.
Yes.
We're getting good at this.
Yeah.
I reckon there's a future career ahead of us, they've been, I was going to say doing radio jingles, but certain media companies have wrecked that by getting rid of all the local stations.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. I don't think people need to hear our dulcet tones any more than they do now.
Indeed. Right, Kev. Matty Lees, our favourite electrician.
Yes. Our favourite nearly electrician, anyway. He's still not giving me a price for doing the lights in ours. So I'll just leave him to concentrate on the rugby.
Yes. But on the field, Kev, starting prop.
Yep.
Really make sparks fly in 2024.
Oh, very good. Very good. I can't follow that up with another pun. I think you've got them written down there. Yeah, I expect more of the same from Matty. He's another one who sometimes lives on the edge when it comes to disciplinary. I don't think he's sometimes quite as bad as people make out. That might be a lot of selective bias because I do like Matty Lees as a prop forward. But I think people are very quick to forget stuff like his 80-minute stint against Huddersfield, where he just kept going and going and going and made a horrendous amount of tackles. I forgot how many it was, but he just seemed to, I think it averaged like a tackle every, well, whatever, 30 seconds or something ridiculous like that. He was, when you've got a player like that who will put his hand up and do an 80-minute stint in the front row and doesn't look like his energy levels have dropped, you know he's going to be in and around the team. You know that from his squad number anyway. A really, really tough forward. And yeah, hopefully his best years are still to come because he's still relatively young when it comes to being a prop forward. And prop forwards, as I say, tend to mature when they get towards the 30s. So having him on our books is massive for the club.
Yeah, celebrated his 26th birthday on Sunday. Many happy returns to Matty. And that little loose connection there you've made, Kev, about coming into his best years.
Well done.
If you can take that little bit of a short fuse out of his game.
Yeah, carry on.
Yeah. Although he's not in direct competition with Alex Walmsley, should he he'd be looking to become our main prop, our leader of the pack? Obviously, Alex is coming towards the tail end of his career, maybe. Matty Lees coming into his prime. Matty Lees, should he be taking the majority of the workload, maybe, or just sharing the burden?
I suppose it depends on what you're measuring as the burden. It was 68 tackles he actually made in 80 minutes, so just foul on that. It depends what you mean by sharing the burden, because people will look at stats and think like Alex Walmsley might have a higher average gain or might have more meters after contact. But then you have to look at the things that don't appear on the Super League website, and you look at like kick chases. Who's the first prop who's up there? It's usually the first player who's up there. It's Matty Lees. Doing all the little bits, and Morgan Knowles has alluded to this in one of his interviews, where he said he's the type of player, I think it was Knowles anyway, he's the type of player that you want on your team because he does all the little bits that you don't notice. So people could come at you with stats, and we all know what I think about just basing an opinion on stats. Stats are like a bikini. But you need to look overall at the game and what he does. And I think when you've got the lads who are playing with him singing his praises, that's when you need to take a step back. And instead of just going, well, he only made, we'll say, 90 metres today, and Alex Walmsley might have made 170. Yeah, but look what else he's done in the game. He's topping the tackle count. Having a look at how many kick chases he's done, how many, you know what I mean? All that little bit, all that stopping someone, and it might not be affect a tackle, but him just being there meaning they've got to shovel the ball on, and all of a sudden the second row comes in and gets him instead. You've got to look at everything when it comes to a game, and I think some people don't quite see that little bit that Matty Lees does extra, because it's not a quantifiable. The Super League website put it on there, and they count it as, yeah, he's done a kick chase and kept him down in their 20.
Yeah, I think sometimes things that get highlighted tend to be the negatives rather than all the extra positives that he brings.
Have you just got a website open here with all electricians' puns? I mean, it's impressive. It really is. First of all, you start with a plug for his sponsor. Hey! And then you lead on to this. I mean, it is good. You've done well, to be fair.
I like to keep things current, Kevin.
Yes, very good. Very good. But you're right. Oh no, people do like concentrate on the negatives. So last year, Matty Lees was second in my Player of the Year votes, and I know we have some comments, and we're open to people's opinions. I'm quite happy with people's opinions. It's just I've thankfully got the platform to then kind of argue back with them when people say, "I can't believe you picked him," because look at what he did in the semi-final against Catalan. Yeah, there's a mistake made. We know that. But have a look at the season. If I'm picking a player of the season, I'm not picking it on one 80-minute game. I'm picking it on what happened from week 1 all the way to the end. And I'm not going to have that judgment clouded by one thing that happens. He's so key to our pack. And he's a prop that other teams would like to have. Tell the story about, there is another team who see Matty Lees, or a former coach of another team, who said that Matty Lees should have been playing for them. He shouldn't be playing for Saints. He should have been playing for them. And it's things like that. You think, well, if other teams wanted him and other big teams wanted him, then we've done well getting hold of him.
Yes. Would that be a team from over the lump, Kevin?
It would be a team from over the lump, yeah.
Right. Are we done and dusted?
Why not?
I am trying to resist the urge for any further puns, but I will leave it on a short. As good as Matty Lees is, Kev, we don't want to have to see him doing 80-minute stints this year, as much of a Duracell bunny that he is.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, you don't want to see him doing it, but when he's got it in his locker, it's great for him to be able to do it.
Right, Kev, I think that's us done and dusted. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and people will be glad to know there's now a power outage.